Hey up, TeamPanic. It's the 31st of March 2023, and well, what a start to this year. I'll get back to that shortly, but I'll take you back 18 months ago. After TeamPanic, started feeling a little bit woozy in stomach, bit of constipation. Thought nothing of it. Started to get worse, so in the end, we ended up going to A&E because she was in so much pain. A&E sent us back with some pills. We thought that was the end of it. Come January, became very ill. So ended up back in A&E. They took one look. You're going nowhere, love. Chopped out 3/4 of a colon. There's a massive cancerous growth that had blocked the colon. Stopped anything from getting in or out. Couple of days, a week maybe, and it'd be Team Pa instead of Team Panic. So anyways, they've offered us all these different sorts of treatments. And sorry, So the cancer's gone to stage 4. It's spread to the liver. It's in 2 bits at liver. One's an 8 centimetre and the other one's a wee tidgy one. Now it turns out, we thought they were just lesions, but it turns out that they are cancerous. So we started our own regime, while we're waiting for the hospital, and we've started on a special diet which eliminates sugar, and then we went on to the old cannabis oil, which this video is all about. This is my journey into making FECO, or Rick Simpson oil, as it's more known as. So anyway, after a month of this, we went and got our own private scan because the NHS aren't that helpful really. And it turned out after the month of our procedure that we'd reduced the tumour by 4 millimetres, which doesn't sound a lot, but my God, 4 millimetres, reversed it, stopped it, with a bit of diet and a little bit of cannabis oil. So, this is how you make it. By the way, she's doing really well at the minute, responding to all of their treatment as well as our treatment, and everything's brilliant. But anyway, back to the video. So this is the first step. This is called a wash. So what you're doing here is you're mixing the cannabis with a alcohol or ethanol solute liquid, and what happens is the yummy stuff that's in the cannabis becomes soluble. What is it? Not soluble. It dissolves into the alcohol. Extracted by that. Nice one, Mrs. TeamPanic. Extracted by alcohol, and then what you do is you separate it by filtration. Is what we're doing now. Now, to get the best results from these oils, that second wash, because if you wash it twice, just to make sure you get everything out of there, because it's an expensive do this, especially if you get it online. It costs thousands online, but this particular one has cost, it was 2 ounces of weed and 50 quid's worth of equipment, so it was like 400 quid, and we got 300 pills, 200-300 pills out of it. Before you start though, it's best to freeze the cannabis and freeze the solvent as well. We used ethanol on this one. They work better for some reason when they're frozen. Now, because we're using ethanol, it's evaporating into the air and it stinks, man. And if it catches fire, bang, everything's going to go up in flames. So, as you can see behind, I borrowed a wee extractor fan off one of my friends, because we've not got one of those cheapo hub things. And so that was it, filtrating away. Now the next stage 2, is cooking, which is what I'm starting to prepare now. Got them all. I need another joint, I think. So anyway, you need a bit of Teflon paper like this, Pyrex dish, rice cooker, a few clips. Just clip it into place like that. That's for the second part of the cooking. So here's the first part of the cooking, a wee rice cooker. And all I'm going to do is reduce it down to about, oh, I don't know, a third of what's there. Get rid of the majority of it. This can take a while, but there's no rush. Enjoy it. Enjoy it while you do it. So slowly but surely you boil it off, and apparently the slower you do it, the better the results, the more of the cannabinoids that you manage to retain. There's my dish heating up, and as you can see, I've reduced it, so I'm just going to pour that in there. As you can see, it's a dark green colour. Now you can get rid of that colour if you want. All you got to do is leave your mixture in the window for an hour in the sun, and because it's chlorophyll, chlorophyll, it will actually react with the sun, and it'll dissolve. But there's some good stuff in there, so we leave it in. As you can see, we're coming to the end of the process now. This is speeded up, by the way. It's not going to bubble away like that. And what you're looking for is to get rid of the bubbles. All the bubbles of the ethanol boiling off. Keep the extractor fan next to it again, because again can be quite explosive. And then you just keep reducing. Eventually the bigger bubbles will start to disappear, and you just be left with little bubbles, and then when the little bubbles stop, you pretty much know you're there. But when you do this yourself, you'll know when you're there. But again, take your time, don't be in a rush. You want to keep all the yummy stuff. As you can see, there's a few bits in there, a few contaminants. That's probably because I didn't quite filter it right, and maybe I should have done another filter. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not going to affect it. It's not going to harm it in any way. And there we go. It's nearly done. It lasted a few bubbles disappearing. Now the entire process takes a better part of a day. You know, while you're messing about and stuff, getting things ready and preparing. But it's good, you know, and you're making medicine, really good medicine. And here we go now, it's sticking up a treat. As you can see, there's hardly any bubbles in it now. It's reduced to next to nothing, and it looks like a nice juicy black oil. Even though it's a nice juicy dark green oil. And that's basically it. So you can get these little 1ml syringes offline. How much did they cost? Was it £5 for 10 of them or something? They're cheap enough. And while it's still liquid, because if you leave it out, it will go rock hard. But while it's still warmish, get it in the syringes. And there you go, 8 syringes. Altogether, roughly 7 grams, between 7 and 8 grams of RSO. Now, step 3 is turn them into pills, which is really easy. Coconut oil, heat it up, mix it up, and waz it in a pill case. Dead easy. This bit gets a little bit boring though, because you know when you're doing a couple of 100 pills at a time, it's So anyway, there we go. There's the oil going into the coconut oil. Shake it up. Make sure it's all dissolves into the oil. Heat it up again, make it nice and yummy. Right then, there we go. There's the final thing, and let's get it in a pill case. Let's do a few just to show you what's what. So anyway, this stuff has really worked, and don't be scared of trying it yourself. It's relatively easy process to do. And there you go, pills. Well, we hope you enjoyed this video. We hope it's useful to you. Please like, share and subscribe. We both love you loads. Take care. Bye.